first time being here, and I think it's great.
My favorite part of the state fair is riding all the rides.
My name is Dana Kunze. We're at the Illinois State Fair at the Professional High Diving Show. Well, here at the Illinois State Fair, we've created a brand new show that we're calling Illinois, Skyline to Heartland. And we kind of touch on some famous Illinois residents, some events like, you know, the Great Chicago Fire. We've got some bands that are here from Illinois, like REO Speedwagon and Styx, and so we've used a couple of their songs in some of our acts. So we've kind of produced a show that, like I said, is an Illinois-themed show.
They could expect to see some action. This show's action-packed.
We begin with what we call Chicago Fire, which is a fireman's act where we end up doing a few springboard dives, a little striptease, and culminate with a fire dive.
I'm igniting myself on fire about 4 times a day. I'm doing a dive pretty much blinded. It's not the normal way you would see fire in like a movie per se. I'm wearing 2 cotton sweatsuits, pairs of socks, some big gardening gloves. I get soaking wet, put on a towel covered in gasoline, bomb lights and ignites me, and stay and burn and then dive into the water.
The grand finale is a high dive from 80 feet in the air. It's pretty amazing. I think the audience likes that the best.
Jumping from 80 feet, you've got to really be in control of the dive and have a solid jump and a tight landing, especially when you're dealing with a fair or a tank show. You're only dealing with about 9.5 feet of water, so you've got to scoop before you get to the asphalt.
Some of the difficulties involved with a tank show like this is basically we have about 9.5 feet of water, so that's probably the major obstacle. But the tank is not very wide in diameter, so when we're on the end of the springboards, we're just sticking out of the end of the tank. So we have to keep our balance and be aware, because if we fall, it's 20 feet down to the asphalt.
A good dive starts with a great takeoff. Rotation, whatever the dive is, as long as you start with a good dive, you can end with a good dive. Pointed toes, a tight body line through the water, and we'll create what we call a ripped entry. They call it a ripped entry because it supposedly sounds like ripping paper. It's a great feeling and a great sound when you enter that water and it just pops.
I like coming to the Illinois State Fair, and I love doing dive shows.